Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I figured I would pop on here and give you guys a quick update. It has been 2 weeks since my last video, and there's really like not a whole bunch to tell, but you know, I like to try to do like weekly videos, but I feel like when it's so early on, there's just like not a whole lot to talk about, but I'm sure I'll find something to talk about. So this is going to be my weeks 7 and my weeks 8 pregnancy update, because today I am 9 weeks pregnant. Week 7, honestly, I was feeling really good. You know, I wasn't really feeling sick. Yeah, I think the biggest complaint I had was feeling so bloated all the time, which I still do. But just like lots of pressure in my pelvis, and like I'm discovering that this is not at all glamorous, but just like burping all the time. It's real gross. But just feeling uncomfortable in general, I guess, is what most of week 7 was. But like, I still felt pretty good. My energy was okay. I was starting to feel a little bit tired, but you know, at that point, honestly, I really wasn't sure if I was feeling tired so much as if maybe I was just giving myself permission to be lazy. Who can be sure? So then week 8 was more of the same. Just feeling really bloated. And I'm sure that, you know, being off keto and reintroducing carbs into my diet has something to do with it. But I mean, I know that the bloat in early pregnancy is a real thing, and I'm apparently just one of those people that has it. Because like by the evening, I swear I look like I'm about 6 months pregnant. It's ridiculous, but it's not a bump. It's just like all bloat and disgusting. See the burping, always burping. So into week 8, honestly, starting on my birthday, my 37th birthday, which was on Monday. Yes, Monday. It's Thursday. I feel like the morning sickness just kind of like hit me like a ton of bricks. Like I woke up that morning, I got up like I normally do, sat on the couch, and like 20 minutes later I was just like, I just felt like super nauseous. And I pretty much, from that point on, I constantly have like watery mouth. And I don't know if I'm nauseous because my mouth is so watery, if my mouth is so watery because I'm so nauseous. I don't really know. Suffice to say, it doesn't really matter. I feel pretty gross. I mean, you know, I've only heaved a couple of times, and I know a lot of women that have it so much worse than I do. But I mean, I don't feel great, but it's nice that, you know, I also don't really have anything to do. I work on Fridays. So I honestly have really been able to just kind of like let my body do what it needs to do, and that's pretty much sleep all the time, except for at night. Let me leave that caveat. My sleeping has sucked. I mean, during the day I sleep like a champion. And like I've tried not to take a nap, hoping that I'll sleep better at night, but like the sleeping just sucks. I have always been a very vivid dreamer. So that's honestly nothing new, but I've just been having so many bad dreams. Basically that like everyone hates me, and one of them, I like was so distraught that I threw myself into an icy river, and basically everybody just stood around, whatever. Like saying it out loud, and like when you're out of the dream, obviously it's ridiculous, but when you're in it, it's very disturbing and upsetting. So the dreams have been disrupting my sleep, but then also just like all of the bloat and feeling so full all of the time has really kind of triggered my reflux. So I'm just like finding it difficult to be comfortable in general, which probably leads me to my next concern, which is, because it's not so much as a concern as it is something that I'm taking note of and coming to realize that, I know that this pregnancy and motherhood are gonna like completely change everything that I thought I knew. And I feel like such a weenie. Like, I think that I would have liked to have thought that maybe I would have bore this with a little bit more grace. It's not that it's something like terrible, but like, I really don't like the way I feel. And I truly thought, having struggled for so many years to get pregnant and going through all of the early miscarriages that we did, that I just wanted to soak up and love every single moment of pregnancy because, I really had to fight to get there. And that it was just going to be like this magical time. And while most days I still can't believe that I'm actually pregnant, I feel guilty for not loving the way my body feels right now. But that's not to say that I'm not just still so grateful to be here. And I do feel like, give me every symptom in the world and I'll take it. But kind of struggling right now, I'm struggling with what I thought I was going to feel like and how I'm actually feeling, and then trying not to overanalyze how I'm feeling, which is like very difficult for me. I constantly am overanalyzing every single thing. So I'm really just trying to give myself a little bit of like grace and know that everything that I'm feeling is totally normal. I mean, I don't know probably anyone at this point in pregnancy, still so early on, in the first trimester, that feels magical. Or that like they feel like some goddess, because I feel fucking gross. That's how I feel. So yeah, that's basically where I'm at. I had my first OB appointment yesterday, which it wasn't really an OB appointment. I had a visit with the nurse, and she basically just went over all of my health history, which they already have and have had for almost a year. And then she gave me the newly pregnant person like info packet with all of the like foods to eat, foods to avoid, meds to take, meds to avoid, all that jazz. It was a good appointment. I'm so sorry. It was a good appointment. She was able to answer a lot of questions that I had. But I'm just anxious to get to my next sonogram just to make sure everything is like growing okay. Which I think that it is, just judging purely based on like how my pelvis feels. I think that my uterus is growing. It feels kind of full and tight in there. But so my next OB appointment, where we will actually meet with my doctor, is not until December 11th. But she snuck me in for my next sonogram on November 30th, so 2 weeks from now. Just because I think she said they needed to, just because of my advanced maternal age, because I'm so old, which, I mean, I get it. You know, I understand. So because of that, I am considered a high-risk pregnancy and will definitely see the perinatalogist for the anatomy scan around 20 weeks. And I don't really know if I would see them at any other point. Like, I'm pretty sure you have to see the perinatalogist if you end up with like gestational diabetes and things like that. So as of right now, the plan is to kind of just treat me like a normal patient until, you know, until or if something shows up that, you know, kind of sets off alarms, or not even really that, whatever. So because I'm high risk, unfortunately, I cannot flip to see the midwives in practice, which is something that I really wanted to do. So I'm kind of bummed about that, but you know, as of right now, I like my doctor. I don't expect necessarily to have the kind of delivery that I might want or had maybe always envisioned. I really, really wanted to deliver with a midwife. But, you know, that's life. And I think that, you know, I'm very passionate about like natural birthing and things like that. But I'm also an OB nurse. So I kind of understand like how things go, and I know that I kind of just need to go with the flow because I can't predict or plan what's going to happen. So I think because I can't see a midwife, we had been kind of on the fence about getting a doula. But I think definitely, since I will be delivering with an OB, I definitely want to get a doula. And if for no other reason than just like, you know, this is the first time I've given birth. And Chris has never been a labor support person. And like, as confident as we might be in our abilities, like, we're kind of like turds down here. We don't have any resources. So I think just having an extra person available to us would be beneficial. So I will start lining that up at some point later, weeks from now. I really think that's about it, actually. Got almost 14 minutes worth of bullshit that I've talked about. I'm sorry. So 9 weeks today, next sono is in 2 weeks. I'll probably, don't hold me to it, I'll probably upload a video next week. Probably won't be any different than today, but you know, we'll see what happens. Today I'm going to try to drink as much water as I'm supposed to, even though it's really difficult because like the water jostling in my belly makes me nauseous, but I can tell I'm so dehydrated. So that should be a fun balancing act. Oh, and also I gotta try to figure out what we're gonna have for dinner. I don't want to do that. So cool. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you want. And I will be seeing you soon. Bye.